can elaborate on these obstacles you encountered back in Wisconsin and just tell us a little bit of what you did once you arrived back to Texas.
For sure. It was just the opportunity and, of course, freedom for us to divorce and jumping around, trying to, with precaution, having the right person, which then led to the realization of wanting to be with now, who my son's mom is, and just acquiring a different mindset, knowing that I would now have to be the example for my son because I wanted to be with the son's mom, big picture on that. Of course, different thoughts came across her head, and just realizing I'm going to be a father. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure out a way. Getting a prompt through the VA, hey, if you're at risk of going homeless, call these numbers, which I did. A little bit of living in my car happened, but fast forward a month and a half later, aid was provided. This realization of being a masculine man, um, I wanted to just provide. I wanted to be there. I thought that was what she wanted, or, the female aspect, at least the mindset, like, okay, you're more present. I'm going to be wanting to be more with you. Not understanding that is just more so what caused that derail. And of course, me trying to be better and not understanding, well, I'm doing this for you. And it was just like, no. She even said herself, I want you to focus on your stuff. Why are you doing this for me? Don't do that for me. Don't do anything for me. Do whatever you're supposed to be doing. Because at the end, I don't want that. You're too clingy. It wasn't said, but, understanding now, oh, okay, reading between the lines caused that realization. Because of my birth son, now it's just like, okay, you are now realizing that if that boy goes through the same situation, he's going to have it hard.
Yeah.
If he has it hard, it was because you never understood and you were never able to pass down that information that he's supposed to have. Dating coaches on YouTube and stuff like that, Casey Zander, Coach Corey Wayne, understanding like, okay, this is the female heart wiring, but your hard wiring was just logic. They're going through all this emotional hard wiring. You never realize that. False information to anyone. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. And, by all means, now I'm going to be giving something worthy to my son and to other young men and boys becoming men, etc. And it's just, hey, if you didn't know that knowledge that you're supposed to put on for those pink kaleidoscope lens, now you're able to. Now you're able to actually go about your purpose in life. And, I'm attracting who I want to have, not, chasing after someone, doing this for someone, having to do extra because I want someone. No, it's my purpose. I know whatever someone is supposed to be bringing. I know what I'm supposed to be bringing as a man, as a leader, as a father, a brother. Just having that masculinity is important. And now I'm able to convey that to others because I'm practicing that. I acquire knowledge every single day because I wouldn't want other men, causing, it happens, their death. And, it's hard for some men because it does happen. And it's always just like, well, yeah, I thought I was doing the right thing. But just having that knowledge passed out to more men, boys, young men, will facilitate that for them. That is now hardwiring him to actually understand I'm supposed to be a leader. I can't be derailing myself emotionally. I need to be emotionally disciplined, actually, because if I'm not, I'm just going to derail. I'm going to have the purpose of my woman, my partner over here instead of my actual purpose. I'm supposed to fulfill my calling, whatever it might be. Mine is, trying to give this knowledge to boys, young men, and, becoming a man. It can't be just about them. And I guess that mentality changed after just being emasculated, because that is the term. And thinking, he's a boy, he'll become a man at one point. But if he has that lack of knowledge in regards to like, okay, I can get emasculated if I don't know what my actual purpose is or what I'm supposed to do as a man. It's like, oh, you don't want me to be just there for you. You want me to be a leader. You want me to be on my purpose. So realizing that if my son would go through the same thing with a woman, it might happen.